welcome back to the Ultimate Dallas Sports Show. Time for some fun and games. This time, we're doing a top 5. All right, so the genesis of this, Caitlin Clark just wrapped up her collegiate career by driving in some of the biggest ratings we've ever seen in the history of basketball. So tonight, I'm giving you the definitive list, the top 5 most magnetic athletes of the 21st century. This means style of play, tune-in factor, general charisma, all of the above. Again, feel free to critique or throw my list under the bus if you can. We'll start with number 5, and this is the only basketball player on this list. I will preface this by saying that. Stephen Curry. We're talking impact on the game is obvious, but more importantly, viewership. I know we just had the discussion about Caitlin Clark. However, Curry also had a run at Davidson, and Clark's career is still currently in the early stages. And since 2015, only 27 NBA games have drawn more than 14 million viewers. Curry has played in all 27. He moves the needle. His style of play is dynamic. He deserves to be on this list.
I wouldn't argue that at all. Steph Curry is absolutely box office. He's must-see TV. He has been for like a decade. My argument might be that you only have one basketball player on here, but I will let you finish.
But all right, we'll move on to number 4, and this one's a personal favorite. Number 4 is Michael Phelps. Accolades speak for themselves. More importantly, it's the drama of each individual race. He also defined the sport, and more importantly, swam against the people that watched him growing up, which is saying something.
So this is where you guys probably need a little bit of behind the scenes. High school swimmer here. So
college swimmer.
Okay,
Excuse you.
all right.
I'm still masters, by the way. 20 years worth of the time in the water, which may have affected my brain. The chlorine is no joke. I'm just saying.
So that's the necessary context here. Is he's going to be more prone than the average to put a swimmer on his list?
However,
but Phelps is Phelps. He's not on my list, but he's probably not too far off my list. So okay, anybody running afoul of Michael Phelps
on the list?
I don't think he's in my top 100.
Not top 100. What? Oh my God!
You're the swimmer in the room, man. You're not gonna get a whole lot of support here.
Number 3, we just saw him come stateside. Lionel Messi. I don't think anybody would argue with his impact specifically on the American soccer scene the instant he stepped foot here, but most popular player, most dynamic player, arguably in the most popular sport in the world. Obviously, a needle mover in many more ways than one, deserves to be on the list.
He's not on my list. He's fantastic, but he's not on my list. Anybody else?
He might be top 3 on mine. So
okay, there you go.
You've got some support finally. Congratulations.
Going all the way back to Barcelona, I've tuned in specifically to see Messi 300 times probably.
You know what? I'll take that.
That's a win. Who's number 2?
That's a certificate of approval as far as I'm concerned. All right, moving on to number 2. May or may not surprise you judging by number 4's pick, but his partner at most of the Olympics was Usain Bolt on the track and field side of things. I understand we may or may not have an Olympic discussion, but the world stopped and watched him run the 100-meter dash every single time he was up for it. And it didn't just stop at the Olympics. It was when he set the record in Berlin. He is must-see TV, electricity personified. Again, deserves to be on the list.
This one I hate less because he is electricity. Like I'm actually going to include him in my 5.
Okay,
I don't dislike this one as much.
That's something.
I wouldn't put him over Messi, though. I mean, Messi is an international star, as is Usain Bolt, but soccer is the world sport. I just have a hard time believing that Usain Bolt should trump anybody that in the top 3.
So who's number 1 on your list?
Number 1, and I feel like this is a little bit redundant considering we just got done talking about the Masters, but the obvious choice here for me is Tiger Woods. He got me to care about golf as a kid. I feel like most kids fall asleep watching golf, at least most normal kids, and
prior to 1997.
Right, but I'm also sitting there saying, from a viewership perspective, Tiger was not in contention this weekend. We still have to mention him on television.
What do you think of his 5? Who would you put in your 5?
Yeah, I mean, Tiger and Steph Curry make a lot of sense. Messi, I'm fine with. The Olympic athletes, you know, it's different strokes for different folks. But when you talk about Patrick Mahomes, when you talk about Connor McDavid, when you talk about
hockey representation,
Luka Doncic. So I would lean towards the basketball football world, but if you want to do swimming and track, that is totally your list, and that's fine with me.
The magnetism to me is more important for smaller sports because with football, you have a built-in number that people are going to watch anyway. When the Jaguars and Titans move the needle enough compared to other sports, then what are we really talking about here?
They kind of move the needle. I'm with you on Woods. I've got him 1. Curry, I'm cool
we
with.
could-
Bolt's fine. I do put Caitlin Clark on my list, and I think Mahomes has got to be on there. Bob, final word to you.
I was just going to say we could check the Kansas City Chiefs game ratings when Matt Castle was their quarterback and
Yeah.
see how they compare to Patrick Mahomes.
I don't know.
I'm
Kansas
thinking
City,
they might be better with Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
they were 10-6 at one point though, and did make the playoffs. So just saying. Anyway,
Success on the field, ratings, different conversation.
all right. Anyway, success. I think it's a success. I'm going to call it a success. 3 out of 5
It's-
minimum, 60%.
It was okay.